So back in 2008 and the early 2010s, there weren't many games to play in school. I mean, let's see. You had Pop Tropica, Y8, Addicting Games, a couple other flash game sites, but schools weren't just going to let you pass with some non-educational content. You think teachers are just going to let you on a computer just to go on Miniclip? Not a chance. Think they're going to let you go on Newgrounds? Not even close. But in the abyss of the internet comes a savior, CoolMathGames. With math in the title of the website, it creates a facade of educational content, allowing you to remain undetected on enemy radars, when really you're probably just playing some Run 2. Due to the rise of more complicated browser games and easy ways to access blocked sites, CoolMathGames has become obsolete. So let's say I return to the site. What would be there? Perhaps the remains of a ruined society, a thriving, hidden utopia, or the lost city of Atlantis itself. But no matter what it is, whatever's on the other side of that link could be dangerous. Let's find out.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Wait, where am I? Is this the right place? No, this is definitely the right place. This is CoolMathGames. I'm not really a fan of this new look, but okay. You know, for the sake of nostalgia, let's hop on some good old Run 2. Run 2 is perhaps my favorite game on the site. Wonder how it's holding up. Wait a minute, what's this? You need a subscription to access all the levels? Okay, so this Flash game website wants me to pay to play their games. Hold on, let me check my wallet.
I got a dollar.
Well, guess I'm not getting the full game. But Run 2 was a great game, and I remember everyone used to play it. If you want to assert your dominance amongst all those other 7-year-olds, just beat them at Run. I remember there being two main modes, the normal one and Skater, which was slightly faster. And this was the mode that turned boys into men. If you were able to beat Run on Skater, that was some god tier stuff right there. Hey Vinny, this guy's on the final level of Run. Yeah, so that's nothing. Anyone can do that. Yeah, but he's on Skater mode. There was also the first Run, which kinda sucks. It's slow, clunky, and not much fun. Then we got Run 3. You know, I didn't even know there was a third run before making this video. Look at this. Gorgeous graphics, new characters, a ton of maps, functions, a shop, and even cutscenes. Absolutely mind-blowing. So I decided to play some IQ ball. You know why they call it that? Because you have to have an IQ of over 200 to beat this game. Albert Einstein said himself that this game goes against all known laws of reality, but somehow it still manages to exist. Some people even believe that the developer is God himself. Anyway, it's a pretty fun game. You grapple around, solve some puzzles. Grappling and swinging is always a simple way to add fun to a game, and IQ Ball does this well. Then I played this one game where you move cars. I don't know why I played it. This is like the game the Amish kid would play once he first learned to use a computer. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. After that was Bloxors. Bloxors is some strange universal anomaly that magically appears everywhere, much like how Skyrim appears on every device. Let's see here. So we have a mobile version, the online one that's everywhere, a couple off-brand ones, the Roblox version. You know, I'm pretty sure the Cavemen even had their own version. Basically, to play this game, you roll a block into a hole and it gets more complicated. Then more complicated, I don't even know what to do here. There's also this really annoying delay between falling off and respawning, but I know a lot of people love this game, as it's a real classic. Bloxors was an intellectuals game, unlike Run, which was more endurance-based and really depended on your reaction time. Bloxors is about thinking, seeing patterns, and not having fun. Another classic was Bloons. This game was great, and I put many hours into it. And depending on how you played Bloons, you could be placed into a couple different categories. Of course you had the boring people who played normally, but then you got the exploiter, which is the kid who learned to cheat the system and hack the game. Oftentimes you would want to ask this person for help. There was also the veteran, who had way too many hours in this game, knew the history, and has been playing longer than anybody else. You also had the strategist, who watched a ton of Bloons videos and knew how to do everything. And then you had that one kid who didn't grab a computer fast enough, so he would sit behind you and be like, "Hey, place that one there." Now one thing I didn't realize back then is how big the Bloons community actually is. I thought it was one of those Flash games that were released back in the early 2000s, got a couple sequels, and faded into nostalgia. But oh boy, does this game have a lot of content, and quite the history. There's a bunch of spin-off games, mobile versions, Steam releases, and an Adventure Time version. And it's also up to game number 6. Another fun game was Duck Life. Basically your farm gets burnt down and you have this one last duck, and thus, you have to train it to become the greatest duck of all time. Hold up, let's get a sick training montage. Nice job, Duck. Now let's head to Nationals.
Away first time, good start from
Duck.
leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. 9.58. The world record's gone. That's more like it.
Great job, Duck. You know, I always knew you had it in you. So how has CoolMathGames been doing these past few years? Well, not too great. It has a subscription service, a lot of the same games, and this new layout. I miss the old one. Nowadays, the website is like this bitter old man. His wife died, he never had kids, and is now an alcoholic, listening to some jazz music in a shady downtown New York City bar. Though back in school, when I couldn't access any other games, CoolMathGames was there, with their mediocre Flash games and very unusual HTML. But due to the rise of better browser games, CoolMathGames is an obsolete shadow of the past.